Hi everyone, it's me, Darlene. Last night I did a Can I Roll This Shit video, and I rolled adhesive shelf liner into beads. After I uploaded that video, I was so obsessed with those beads that I sat here for quite a long time making beads and trying different things. Now, I know no one out there could possibly be as excited about this as me. But I'm extremely excited about the couple other things that I thought of and that I tested. And I am doing a part 2 to Can I Roll This Shit video just because I want to hurry up and show you these things before I forget about them. One of my complaints was that the edges weren't really lining up good because I had hand cut. That is totally improved upon if you use a paper cutter. Do I have examples here? You can just see that the edge is nice and clean. The other thing that I want to mention, why is there a hair somewhere hanging on my face where it does not belong? My God, my glasses are filthy, as always. The other thing that I wanted to mention is I was cutting the whole width of this paper. Absolutely do not need to use that much, but obviously, the more you use, the thicker the bead, so that's all up to you. But this bead, like I just showed you, it's only maybe, let me see. It was only like 8 inches long. I just used this much, you know, and it makes a cute bead. If you're making beads for kids to play with, that's more than enough. So I just want to show you that when I cut this, since there's a grid on this paper, I just lined up the grid line on my cutting board on top and bottom, and I just press down like I do with my regular paper beads, and then I just cut, and you just get a perfectly cut strip of paper. I got a tip today and we're going to test it just to see. I was complaining about how it's hard sometimes to separate the two papers. I have gotten quite good at that. I just like roll the corner a couple times and it separates. But someone said to take 2 pieces of tape. We're going to try it. You put 1 piece of tape on each side and you don't let the tape touch each other. That in itself could be tricky. And then pull. Oh my God, it's working. Do you guys see that? Am I even under the camera? You pull, look at that. Huh? That is pretty freaking cool. Now, I don't know if that takes longer though than me just rolling the edge, but if you really have something giving you trouble and you want to separate it, oh my goodness. That tip came from Cheryl, a Peanut Gallery member. Hi, Cheryl. Thank you so much, Cheryl, for that handy dandy tip. Do love. I'm just going to go ahead and take the backing off. Take this tape off. Okay, the other thing I was doing last night is if I want to roll on a skewer or a, what the hell you call this thing? A paintbrush. Obviously, you can't just put the paper on there because it's sticky. So I was taking a piece of magazine paper and sticking it there and trimming around it. I knew there had to be a better way. And this is what I thought of last night. Fold it down. Look. Now we have enough that's not sticky, and then we can just roll. And the cool thing about that is, let me roll it and then I'll show you the coolness. Okay, here's the coolness. The core is the same color and print as the bead itself. And it's certainly the easiest way to do it instead of sticking some other paper on there. So after I did that last night, and I went over to my computer one last time, and I'm not kidding, the very first comment that I saw was from Christy, and she was telling me this exact tip, to fold the paper down and have it stick on itself. So I do want to still give Christy a shout out, because had I not just thought of that, I would have been thrilled to hear that tip. So hi Christy, thank you for the tip. The last tip I have for you, this is the one that has me the most excited. And I've actually done this before in a past life. I actually think I've done a video about this before, but not using the adhesive. In order to make some beads for your kids and make a bunch of them quick, put your straw down. I'm going to cut off the foldable part. I cut a strip here about 1.5 inches wide. That's going to be more than enough to go around. And I'm just going to cut here. I'm gonna roll my corner. See how quickly that just separated? Take that off, lay that sucker down, and I'm going to roll. And again, you could make this piece wider if you wanted thicker beads. There. Now we have a nice tube, all of that print, and then look, you just cut the beads. I mean, how easy is that? You could use your paper cutter if you wanted to measure, or you could just cut different lengths. You can just eyeball it like I just did. You have a bunch of beads for a child in no time. Now here's another little tip. When you cut these things, they tend to fly. So get yourself a clear bag. You can just go ahead and cut a bunch of beads at once. They're not gonna fly all over the place that way. Do you know how many beads you can make like that in very little time? You could make little party favor bags for the kids. I mean, you could take a bag of straws and some shelf lining paper and probably make hundreds of beads, literally hundreds. So I just wanted to show you that. And this trick in the bag, I give credit to my sister for that, my sister Dolores. I'd say hi to her, but she has never watched one of my videos, so unless I forced her to. So she won't know I'm even mentioning her name. She uses this technique for cutting fingernails. She just cuts her fingernails in a bag so that the nails don't go flying all over the place. So hopefully these tips were helpful for some of you. To those of you who are offended by my shit series, I hate to throw two at you, one after another, but I really don't give a shit. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back with more soon. Bye! I forgot to mention, if you do cut straws for beads, save those flexible parts. If your kids play with Play-Doh, those little flexible parts of the straws make awesome arms and legs for any critters or people that they make with Play-Doh. They can bend the arms and legs. Do love!